You remember Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan Mulvaney is one of the heroes of the Republic. Dylan Mulvaney is a dude who says that he is a lady, so much so that he actually posts on the TikToks videos of himself transitioning into womanhood and becomes so famous that he is invited to the White House, where he sits in wild, creepy fashion as a quote-unquote girl. He doesn't call himself a woman. He calls himself a girl. He sits in front of Joe Biden, the president of the United States, who immediately declares that unless you trans the children, you are an immoral person. Well, now, finally, in a viral TikTok moment, because TikTok is a Chinese weapon designed to undermine the culture and glue of the Republic, Dylan Mulvaney, who's TikTok famous, has now made a face reveal. What exactly is a face reveal? Dylan Mulvaney went and got a bunch of surgeries. So basically, this is just showing off the work of the plastic surgeons. Now, you would imagine that the plastic surgeons, he's paying them money. So presumably they do a good job. This is no different than a woman who just got a boob job going out and being like, look at these things. They're larger. Yeah, I mean, they should be. That would be, the idea of the surgery. But Dylan Mulvaney did a face reveal because this is how you become truly a woman. Womanhood is about how many surgeries you can have to transform your square jaw into a more feminine jaw. It really is about shaving down the Adam's apple or whatever it is that surgeons did. And then masquerading and playing as a woman. Because if you've shown the true commitment of having somebody shave down your jaw, this means you're a woman now. And we can tell because you look more like a woman, which is what we used to call cultural appropriation. If you went around wearing makeup that made you look like a person of another race, we used to call that cultural appropriation. We used to make fun of you. In fact, we still do. But if you go around and have surgeries to make you look more like a woman, then you are actually just a woman. You're just like the same as a normal biological woman, like an actual woman. Here is Dylan Mulvaney gallivanting around pretending to be a girl because he had a surgeon cut him. Oh, good Lord. So here is Dylan Mulvaney. The face reveal is he is wearing a skirt and a bra and using Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake to dance in ridiculously parodic fashion, staring in close-ups into the camera. Dylan Mulvaney's still a dude, but now we're supposed to believe that because he's a dude who's been made to look like a lady, he's actually no longer a dude. It's parodic. I mean, and there is Dylan Mulvaney as Audrey Hepburn. The difference being that Audrey Hepburn was an actual woman with a vagina and also was a woman her entire life. And also Dylan Mulvaney is a dude who's pretending to be... it's all they're not doing it for attention, guys. It's not an attention-grabbing attempt at all. Dylan Mulvaney's not a person who wants to be famous or wants attention. He just wants to be her true self.
You know I have a flair for the dramatics, but it's so good, right? I'm so happy, and it's still me. It's just a little bit softer of a version.
It's still you. That is correct. Hey, dude. And again, I'm sorry to break it to you, but surgeries do not make you a different person. Surgeries are just surgeries to change the outward appearance. And the pretend that this now makes it's such appropriation, and it's And well, welcome to our wonderful culture. We'll get to that in just 1 second. First, let's talk about the fact that there are a lot of corporations out there who really hate your guts, and they use the money that you give them to fund a bunch of causes that you don't particularly like. During the Black Lives Matter riots, they put up the Black Square with your money. During Gay Pride Month, they put up the Trans Pride Progress flag on their website as you sponsor them, essentially with your cash. Why would you do that when you don't have to do that? This is one reason why you might think about switching over to Pure Talk. Pure Talk is the antidote to woke wireless companies. Proudly veteran-owned, employs a U.S.-based customer service team, absolutely does not spend money on these sorts of causes. Pure Talk's service is fantastic. It's one of the largest networks in the country. You can get data, talk, and text for as low as $30 a month. That's probably half of what you're paying, Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. You can switch over to Pure Talk in as little as 10 minutes while keeping your phone and your phone number, and your first month is guaranteed risk-free. Try it. If you're not completely happy with the service, you will get your money back. I switched over to Pure Talk for all my business calls, and it works just great. This year, make it a goal to support the companies who actually don't hate your guts. Go to puretalk.com, enter promo code Shapiro, save 50% off your very first month of coverage. That's puretalk.com, promo code Shapiro. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. Again, puretalk.com, promo code Shapiro to get started. We have to talk about your privacy. So the fact is that the government is very interested, apparently, in Joe Biden's privacy and keeping classified documents next to his throwback Corvette at his house. But they're not interested in your privacy very much. They like to monitor you. They like to keep tabs on you. So do the big companies. They like to take all your data and then use all of that data against you. This is why I use ExpressVPN. There are a lot of things I don't like about the government, about the tech giants, But there's only so much I can do. Well, one thing I can do is I can protect my private data by using a VPN, and ExpressVPN is the best VPN. For less than $7 per month, you can join me and fight back against big tech by using ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN helps you anonymize much of your online presence by hiding your IP address so they can't match any activity back to you. If you don't like big tech tracking you and selling your personal data for profit, you can fight back by using ExpressVPN. Visit expressvpn.com/Ben right now. Get 3 extra months of ExpressVPN for free. That's expressvpn.com/Ben. Again, expressvpn.com/Ben. That is the best way to protect your online privacy. Super easy to use. One button to download it, one click, and now it's activated. Go check them out right now. expressvpn.com/Ben to get started. Speaking of our wonderful culture, it is time to bring back an element of the show that, frankly, we've been missing. And I know it was one of the most popular elements of the show. In fact, it was one of the most popular elements of the show for a very long time, actually. So popular that it became sort of a national meme. Cardi B. We did a version of WAP that was significantly better than Cardi B's original version of WAP. Well, now, deconstructing the culture is back. Let's do this thing. Alrighty, so today on deconstructing the culture. Remember Sam Smith? I don't. The only thing I remember about Sam Smith is when he was just like a gay dude who was singing a song called Stay With Me. Right? What year was Stay With Me? I don't actually have the year that Stay With Me came out. 2014. So it has been nearly a decade since Sam Smith was a thing. And then Sam Smith came out as genderqueer, which I don't even know what that means. That's not a term that means anything. And now Sam Smith is coming out as gender non-binary. As my friend Matt Walsh noted, he's basically like a Russian doll of coming out. It's like he comes out as gay, no one cares, and then he comes out as genderqueer, and everyone's like, I don't know what that is. And then he comes out as non-binary, and they're like, okay, what's next? Like he's like the Charlie Crist of sexuality. Like Charlie Crist ran out of political parties, and Sam Smith is running out of gender. The good news is there's an infinite supply, so he's just going to do gender after gender after gender, and eventually the most transgressive thing that he can do is become a straight white man again, presumably. Well, he has a new video out, and it is titled, I'm Not Here to Make Friends. Well, I mean, you are in the media because the media will praise you no matter how, because you are transgressive. And the idea from the left, and particularly in our culture, is the more rules and roles you violate, the more authentic you are. And so Sam Smith, having no idea who he is, because he clearly doesn't, he keeps switching his identity every 5 seconds. He's the most authentic version of himself because he keeps switching his identity every 5 seconds. And because he's transgressing all the rules by dressing up like a laughable fool in this video, which is what he does. I mean, he dresses up like a laughable fool. And then it's just bizarre. It's something out of a Berlin nightclub, circa like 1930. It's something straight from Cabaret. Except that we're all supposed to now treat this with perfect seriousness and say that Sam Smith, who is a fat dude, like I remember when he was actually a fit gay dude, and now he's just a fat gender non-binary person. Which, I mean, I guess that's a pitch. I don't know what the pitch is. It's weird. Okay, anyway, so Sam Smith has an explicit new music video, according to Vogue. And it was hypersexualized and had sparked age restrictions. So he, in this video, Sam Smith allegedly sings. It is called I'm Not Here to Make Friends. And it is one of the most bizarre and foolish videos I've ever seen. I should first explain what Sam Smith says the video is about so we have a full perspective. So Sam Smith did an interview in which she explains that this is about self-love. Oh, I am sure it is.
It made me think that I need to step into my fears a little bit, and I need to write some music that shows different sides of me and who I am.
What was scary about showing joy?
I think that joy for me, I think as a queer person, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, but to lean into the joy it can feel quite like radical sometimes. And what was scary was the way that I move my body when I'm joyful, or the way that I dance. It felt doing that in front of thousands of people was always petrifying to me.
Yes, he seems like a joyful, completely mentally healthy person. Okay, so what is this video that we are now exposing the children of America to? Well, let's go through this thing. I think it is worth noting at this point how many views are on this particular video so that you understand how ubiquitous this is. It came out 5 days ago, 4.8 million views on YouTube. Here we go. He's wearing nipple tassels, for those who can't see. He's a fat man wearing nipple tassels. And then you have men who are wearing booty shorts. He's wearing nipple tassels for no apparent reason since he's a dude. They're wearing assless corsets. And he is spanking the asses of men dressed as women, it appears. It's like Louis the 14th. But essentially, isn't this just the scene from Oliver Stone's JFK? Now he is drinking what appears to be pee, swinging from a chandelier, wearing an Elton John or Liberace outfit. If this is supposed to be... my favorite are the seductive shots of Sam Smith, which is like... it is hard to think of something less seductive than this. Not to speak for gay men, but if you find this seductive, I think there might be something wrong with you. What is... And then you have men in bondage gear who are thrusting their pelvises toward the camera. Oh, my God. This is... I asked my producers to pull some of this, and now I regret that decision, like, immensely. Yes, it's all the things. There's a brief winking insinuation of a golden shower, according to Vogue. So a quasi-pornographic, bizarre, fetishistic acting out of your own gender and sexual confusion. It's heroism now. It's heroism. And that does say something about our culture. What it says about our culture is something deeply stupid, which is that, again, personal authenticity is the only thing that matters in life. And this is what you should teach to your kids, right? I mean, this thing is not age-restricted on YouTube, so far as I'm aware. Because it's important that the children should know that the best version of you is the version who is obese, walks around as a male with tasseled nipple coverings, and simulates golden showers on camera. That is the best version. That's how you know you're liberated. That's where happiness lies, folks. That is where true societal and personal fulfillment lie. The future of our civilization rests on precisely that sort of freedom. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be getting into the mailbag. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click the link in the description and join us.